Hi everybody, today we're going to be looking at simplifying square roots. So in previous videos, we've seen estimating square roots, where we can determine the square root of a non-perfect square number, which two numbers it may fall between. We also looked at approximating square roots. So we found the square root of a non-perfect square number, and we were able to find a decimal part to express that expression. Today we're going to be looking at simplifying square roots. So simplifying, the goal is we are going to stay or to keep in square root form. What I mean by this is, in the previous example, we had a decimal part. In this part, we want to have a square root symbol. Let's look at the first example. Perhaps we have the square root of 12. The first step we're going to look at is it a perfect square number? Well, by looking at our table, we know that 12 is not a perfect square number, since our yellow numbers are our perfect square numbers. And no number multiplied by itself will equal 12. So we know this is a big no. Now we move on to the second. The second step is we need to list the factors of 12. And factors, if we recall, are numbers that when you multiply each other, they give you 12. So if we list factors of 12, we can start from the beginning. We have 1 and 12. We have 2 and 6. And we have 3 and 4. We want to rewrite the square root of 12 as a combination of its factors. The goal is we want to replace with the pair that has the highest perfect square number. I'll say pair of factors with highest perfect square number. In this case, it's the only one with a perfect square number. So let's replace square root 12 as the square root of 4 times the square root of 3. Another way we can represent this is the square root of 4 times the square root of 3. Next, we look to simplify. Can we simplify any of these radicals? Well, square root of 4 we know is 2. We look at the perfect square number 4. We know its square root is 2. So we can write it as 2. And square root 3 cannot be simplified. So we can write it as 2 root 3. Let's try another challenging question. Let's take a look at the square root of 84. First, we looked to see whether the square root of 84 is a perfect square number. You'll quickly realize that it is not. So we know in our first step 84 is not a perfect square number. So we move to step 2. Step 2 is to list all the factors of 84. And if we list the factors of 84, we know that we have 1 in 84, 2 in 42, 3 in 28, 4 in 21, 6 in 14, and 7 in 12. Next, we need to look for which pair of factors has the largest perfect square number. And we should notice that the 4 here in this pair is our desired group of factors. We know that this includes the 4. So this is our pair of factors with the highest perfect square number. But like we did in the previous question, we can replace square root 84 with square root 4 times the square root of 21. The square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 21, we remain. Next, we can do the same. We look for what are factors of 21. We know factors of 21 are only 1 in 21, 3 and 7. With only 2 pairs of factors, none of which have a perfect square number. Therefore, we cannot simplify any further. So, ultimately, we know that the square root of 84 is simplified version to 2 root 21. Thank you for learning today. Hope this video helped. Please like or subscribe to my channel.